Hi, friends and fellow Earth Angels. It's Gladys, and welcome back to another one of my weekly Sunday card readings. And this spread will cover November 24th to the 30th, or whenever you're guided to watch, as these readings are always intended to be timeless. So here we are in the last week of November. And one of the messages that I keep feeling is that the collective needs messages of love, loving thoughts, loving energy, softness, receptivity. I know the collective, myself included, are going through some pretty intense stuff, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And I feel like the cards I chose this week are intended to bring soft messages. Sometimes, things need to be said, they need to be put out there, we need to hear things so that we can break past barriers and walls and blocks and challenges. But my intention this week is to, especially with Thanksgiving upon us, happy Thanksgiving to those of you who are celebrating. And it really is a time for me of family and gathering and really being grateful, really being in a space of gratitude. So that is my intention for the reading this week, is to give you messages that I pray will feel like love and hugs. The card decks I'll be using, I'll start with Love and Light. This is usually my deck that I connect with Creator, God, Source, the Universe. Then we'll have Healing with the Angels. Then I'll use the Cherub Angel cards for children, Whispers of Love. I also have the Lover's Oracle. It will be, the intention with this is a loving message that you need to hear. And then finally we'll finish with an angel prayer. All right, let's see. I'm going to open space by inviting in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, Source, Creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light who would like to assist with these loving messages. And I'm going to ask that the messages that come through be for your best and highest good, and the best and highest good of all concerned. All right, so connecting with Creator, that highest vibration of unconditional love, that force that's working with us, in us, through us, all around us, as we continue to channel that energy to be a blessing to the world, be the light, be the love. All right, what message are we going to start with for the collective this week? Interesting. It's easy. Pure and unconditional love. I mean, that was what I was asking, exactly what I was asking before. I'm like, what is the collective need? And it was almost like they don't need to be told anymore. They already know. We need to shower them with pure, unconditional love and healing. So the message says, speak to the earth and it will instruct you. Let the fish in the sea speak to you. So I thank the universe for that beautiful message and validation. Speak to the earth and it will instruct you. So, excuse me, as we've been on this spiritual metamorphosis of going within, listening to our own intuition, our own gut feelings, clearing out programs and unhealthy feelings, thoughts, and emotions that we've had with people, places, things, and ideas. As you go through this, you're uncovering deeper levels of love for the divine, deeper levels of love for yourself. And as you do that, you now have a depth of being able to shine more love out into the world. So this has been the process. You are the spiritual warrior here, uncovering and clearing. One of the things I keep seeing is like us being in the lion's den. Like we are now showing up to face the fears that we've had about moving forward, about making changes, following our heart, taking leaps of faith on our own spiritual journey. And so I feel like part of this message here says, speak to the earth and it will instruct you, meaning that there are signs, messages, words of wisdom all around you. It's in the birds, it's in the trees, it's on license plates, it's in your dreams. When you're paying attention, remember the feminine energy that's within all of us has the gift of being able to see the unseen. And feminine energy is expanding right now. It is almost like spreading in a lot of ways. And it's intuition, it's receptivity, it's being magnetic, it's patience, it's a power and a force of creating energy, So we're in a place right now where the feminine energy is now learning how to create love and beauty in the world. And when you're in alignment with that thing, when you're in alignment with your own intuitive and spiritual gifts, you now are able to create from that place. And money and friendships and loving relationships and partnerships are all a byproduct of you creating love and beauty in the world. Some people do it through their gift of communication, some people through their gift of vision, some people through their gift of writing. And this is what we're having access to right now. And until we are uncovering and working through like the therapeutic parts of our programming, our upbringing, understanding our own physical bodies and human nature and the way our brains are wired. That's why there's so many phenomenal teachers out there explaining all this stuff so that you can get to the heart of the matter. And so if you're feeling alone or you're feeling lonely or where is God, I feel like he's saying he is in the environment. He's in the birds, he's in the trees, he's all around you. What are you healing right now? I'm going to use the healing with the angels. What does Creator say is being healed for you right now? Abundance. Okay. So many of you have been in a place of separation. Maybe you've separated from family members. Maybe you've separated and isolated yourself. Maybe people around you have been either negative or challenging, and it's really pushed you now to isolate. And in that can be loneliness or sadness or feelings of lack. And I feel like Creator is saying in that space of individualization, when you can be in a place of feeling solid, whole, and complete within yourself, then what happens is it doesn't matter where you are, who's around, you're more authentic to who you are, and it doesn't matter the energies you integrate into. So for example, with empathic people who aren't aware, their energies can be drained and taken advantage of and slung kind of like all over the place. And I'm feeling like a lot of you right now have kind of stepped out of those codependent paradigms or those people that you've been trying to fix and save and change and make better. And as you've pulled back, it's almost like I'm getting the message like you've been going through an individualization process of the harmony of the masculine and feminine within you. And I know this might be a lot for some of you. who may be just tuning into my channel, but understand that you're not alone in this process. And the loneliness or the sadness or the what about me and has God forgotten about me is all part of the process. And you're on your way to abundance. Unlimited supplies of abundance is at your hands when you can come more in alignment with your true gifts. It's harder to get there when you have all this imprinted energy from society, from cultural upbringings, from friends, social networks, groups, things like that. So that's all being lifted. And you're able to access deeper levels of abundance. Just like I was saying earlier, when you are able to create love and beauty in the world as part of your passion, abundance and money and prosperity is a byproduct of that. I also feel the Archangel Raphael. He is the angel of healing, and he is assisting you in your healing process. So know that you're never alone. If you start to feel those emotions of loneliness or sadness, know that it is a hint that you may be out of alignment with the light, that divine source. Because when you're feeling God, when you're feeling empowered, when you're feeling uplifted by the light, you're a whole and complete expanded being. As soon as you start to dip into that sadness, as soon as you start to dip in, and I'm saying this so that you can understand what it feels like, to know that creating good habits of regular connection with the divine is important. And in that is the abundance. In that is the unconditional love. So I feel like one of God's messages that he's saying is come back to me when you're feeling lonely or you're feeling separate, especially with this week. And you may have lost loved ones. This week is the start of a holiday season that can trigger a lot of raw stuff for people. Family members, the bully energy, the wanting to be a hermit energy, the grieving of the loss of what was and what is energy. So I feel like that's why I want to shine a light on gentleness this week and bring in the love and the reminder that you're never alone and never separate. And we have transformed out of an old space. So yes, things aren't going to go back to normal. We're in the process of creating a new normal. So some of you may be dreading time this week with family. Some of you may be choosing to make changes and not spend time with people that you regularly do. Some of you may be coming back together after a long period of time. So there's a lot of different dynamics that are happening that's being triggered through this holiday season. And I feel like God's message is always come back to me. Pray, ask for me to shield and protect you. You'll see the signs all around you. And this is where the source of true abundance is. So God, what additional message do you have for your children? What additional message do you have for your children? What would you like them to know? Oh my gosh. Tell God and your angels how you feel. Again, this is that part of that. I feel like I'm speaking to that loneliness or those feelings of wish that things would be different, wish things would be different, wish they didn't have to be this way. And so I feel like God is reminding you this week to talk to him. Call on your angels for assistance. And be honest. Be honest about how you feel. I'm I'm just taking my time with channeling these messages because I feel like they're very precise. So I want to get all the words specific because the English language, oh my God, there's so much room for, like, one word can mean many different things. So I just want to pause and make sure that I am channeling the very specific messages to those who are watching. Abundance is coming. When we think about Thanksgiving, we think about like the harvest. We think about all like the food and being grateful for being able to support ourselves and others through our gifts of abundance. So some of you may be providers, some of you may be breadwinners, some of you may be cooks and are actually cooking food to feed your family, again, from that abundant place. I would love to say that if you are cooking food this week, be mindful of adding pure, unconditional love to your food. Or if you're sitting down to eat, putting your hands over your food or just sending an energy of heart love from your heart to your food, and that it spreads into everybody else that you're surrounded by. Those that are cooking, add the ingredient of love to the food and just watch how it shifts the dynamic of the energies around you. If you're having to go into a house that you're like, oh boy, I don't know how things are gonna go, aunt this person or uncle this person, they're a loose cannon or whatever, send the energy of love, whatever that means to you. It could be a pink color, it could be God, it could be Archangel Raphael. Send that energy to the home, or ask you that your own home be surrounded and protected by that divine white light. So any of the energies that are coming in are softened and healed and supported. So I feel like that's what another part of this message, tell God and the angels how you feel, meaning call on them. If you're getting anxious or you're getting like you're running around this week and there's so much to do and it's getting overwhelming, ask God and the angels for assistance and support. And you'll be amazed at how things unfold naturally. Maybe this is the year that you ask people to bring stuff and you don't do it all on your own. One more message. God, what's an additional message you want your children to know? Here. Let's see. Is there one more additional message? No? Okay, I'm gonna move on. I have the whispers of love here. What? I feel like this will be a message from your guardian angel. A loving message from your guardian angel. When you think about that whispers of love, our guardian angels are always whispering on our ear for support and guidance. So what does your guardian angel want to whisper to you this week? Choose love. Of course. You always have a choice as to what you should do. It's a beautiful card. So, some of you this week have a choice. you may get sucked in to other people's drama or your own drama. And I feel like this is a reminder to choose love. All you can do is all you can do. And if that's all you can do, that's all you can do. It'd be interesting as you listen to these loving messages at the beginning of the week. And it'd be interesting to go back at the end of the week and reflect upon how things have unfolded. I believe that there'll be a windfall of abundance in a lot of ways. And I feel like it will be like the energy of gratitude. Like, because I chose love, because I called on God and the angels and asked for assistance, things unfolded naturally. I have even more to be grateful about. I can see the blessings, I can see the divine, I can see the miracles that have unfolded. And this and being able to see that is how you get to this pure and unconditional love. There's a lot of judgment where we're entering this week to the energy of the new moon in Sagittarius, and we're going from like the Scorpio water energy to the Sag fire energy. Being a water energy, I really appreciate fire energies. And when we're shifting in this place, one of the shadow things that can come up is judgment. Especially with families and being out on the road and being out around more people, judgments can come up. Those thoughts can come flying in your head. And I feel like that's what this message is. So be mindful of how you may be judging this week, and understand that everybody's going through something and everybody is at a different stage on their spiritual journey. You may see things you have outgrown. You may see a reflection back to you of things that might be hard to see, that you need to know about yourself. But choose love this week. Have patience with yourself and keep God close. Maybe if you have a cross necklace, or maybe if you have a fish necklace, or you have heart necklace, whatever your symbolism is for that divine, maybe wearing that this week. I have a necklace that says joy on it, and that I love wearing. And one of my favorite quotes is the joy of the Lord is my strength. And that reminds me about how powerful I'm at. When I have God close within me and through me and around me, miraculous things happen. So I feel like that's one of the big messages this week. You might get pulled outside of that energy, and you're going to know through maybe the feelings of loneliness, sadness, or frustration. And in those moments when you feel it in your body, I want to encourage you to take a few deep breaths, take a time out, go within, and just remind yourself only love is real, calling on the divine. And again, sometimes that's all we have. I was definitely in a place in my life where that's all I had, and I'm like, all right, well, nothing else is working for me, and it's just getting progressively worse. So as I was able to surrender into that energy and receive that high vibration of unconditional love, that's when things started to change for me. And now it's a constant in my life. I've expanded in my own energy, my own wisdom, my own vibration. And I have to say, it's because I have this regular connection in my own way. So you're continuing to develop that in your own way. An additional message. These are my lover oracle. All right, God. I just feel like what would be a love letter to the Earth Angel Collective? Speaking from that pure unconditional love energy. I just keep seeing a love letter, friends. I'm just trying to sort it because I feel like some of you, I feel like for some of you, you may have lost a loved one, a significant other, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a significant other, because what I'm seeing is something romantic. You could be in separation right now from somebody that's physically here, or there's a separation from somebody on the other side. And I didn't expect this to come in this way, but I do have to, channel it. This is like a love letter from, it could be from God to you, or it could be from a loved one that's on the other side, and maybe you're not going to have them this Thanksgiving, and maybe all of that stuff is coming up, which would make sense, again, another aspect of why this came in the way it did. So, love letter. What message of love do you have for the collective this week? Freedom. I love it. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. And the love letter. I feel like there's two parts. So this is from God. And those who have lost a loved one, who may be missing a loved one this week. Maybe this is your first Thanksgiving. Maybe you have lost a loved one around this time of year and it's hard. What message do you have? Person. Oh my God, are you kidding me? My beloved. I'm going to cry. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Oh, I knew it. I felt it. So again, as a general reading, this may not be for everybody. This will be your message. Freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. And for those of you who are having challenged with this holiday coming up, or maybe you've lost a loved one around this time of year and the holidays are hard for you, this is your loved one speaking to your heart. Remembering that nothing is missing. They're always with you. Remember we were talking about the loneliness here? Talk to God and the angels. Even the abundance of energy of being able to see and feel your loved one. Even that is abundance. Being able to see signs and messages that they're around. I knew I was being split. So I apologize for the gaps of space in between the messages, but I just feel like I was getting like pulled in two different directions. But now that I'm watching this unfold, because I'm like, why am I pulling out this deck? It makes no sense. I'm not doing a love reading, but yeah, I kind of am. Your loved one in heaven is letting you know that they're there with you, that you're not alone. And that's a very specific message for some of you who needed that. If you're watching this and you have a family member or a friend who's been struggling, this may be a reading for them as well. So please share if they're open to it. I feel like it's an imperative message. And again, if you've been asking and you received this message, definitely tell us in the comments below. It's so incredible hearing your stories. I'm getting a lot of messages, like private messages through email or through social media, or even with the clients that are coming in, and on how much these readings are helping and supporting you. And so thank you for that. It's very empowering to see how this energy is spreading and healing and helping people in such loving ways. So thank you for being part of it. And then there's this energy of freedom here. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So I feel like God is saying, like, your own limitations on abundance, connecting with the divine, getting to that place of love, manifesting abundance, manifesting love, manifesting freedom in your life, it only comes from your own limitations. Now, this isn't to blame or criticize. There's opportunity always to take baby steps. And I feel like God is saying, like, the pathway is free and clear for you. Even more so as we step into this 2020 energy. All right. Gosh, they're so beautiful. I love watching these unfold. And again, of course, it's pretty amazing because I have no idea what's going to come out. And just to see how they all come into alignment right after I say things is just, I mean, that is the gift, my friends. So let's finish with an angel prayer. What is an overall prayer, God, that you have for the collective? Oh boy. So there's 3 here. And I'm just going to read all 3. So the first one, spiritual support. So this speaks to the loneliness we were talking about. So maybe things will be different this year and you won't be around family and you may be feeling like the emotions of loneliness or sadness may be activated this week. So know that you have spiritual support. The message says, "Dear angels, I allow you to support me as I grow to become more spiritually aware." This speaks to the signs here. It talks about like you have to ask for assistance. You have to be open to receiving assistance from the divine. And it can also help with the feeling abundant. When we're feeling sad or loneliness or you're feeling loss, it's easy to slip into that energy of lack. And God wants to show you the abundance that's all around you. It might not be what you're familiar with, but it'll be different. So we see this energy of here, how this being has so her heart open, and you see all the energy coming in to support her. And the next one is the miracle of forgiveness, Archangel Jeremiel. Thank you, Jeremiel, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness. This may come up this week with family. Archangel Jeremiel helps people who are working on clearing the ancestral lineage. When you go in and you observe your family, you may see things like, wow, I get that from this person, or wow, I really need to shift energies away from that. That doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel good to me. So there may be a lot of aha moments and a lot of awarenesses this week if you're around family members you haven't seen in a while. So go in and be the observer, and then also forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for what you feel like you may or may not have said, what you may or may not have done. Being able to forgive others and setting boundaries and making better choices for yourself is empowering. And then finally, open your heart, of course, Archangel Chamuel. Thank you, Chamuel, for removing the barriers around my heart. So when you're open to receive love in many different ways, and again, if you lost a loved one and that energy is shut down, maybe you're feeling heartache, maybe you're feeling wounded, maybe you're feeling alone and isolated, if you can just really bring your attention to your heart, sit with the Archangel Chamuel. Angel Chamuel is the angel of peace too. So calling on him to heal your heart in miraculous ways can really transform the energy around you. I feel like some of you may be closed off, and all you have to do is, it's like that saying, like, all you need is faith the size of a mustard seed, and that energy can flow in. Angel Chamuel is also the angel of lost things. So if you're in a place of separation right now, and it's hard to find that gratitude, it's hard to find that love, all you have to do is really kind of stand still and be open to receive it. I'm also feeling very loving energies from those of you who are watching this video, and understand that you are such a high vibrational, loving being that God is also using you to open the hearts of others, to teach about forgiveness. When you're able to soften and heal and grow through ways that you feel like you were wronged, things that were done to you, and as you're able to continue to open your heart and love, you're now inspiring, teaching others that can transform. And then also too, I feel like that some of you in the collective who are watching this are also the spiritual support for others. So I feel like there are like 3 parts of this last piece. I feel like if you're not feeling lonely and sad, or you haven't lost a loved one and like family stuff, if you're like, no, Gladys, I'm good, like I feel good, hopefully you've stayed with me up until this point. So I want to speak to those people and say that this is also a message for you, as God, with all the inner work that you've done, with all the shadow work, with all the clearing, with all the ways that you've shown up and you've worked through setting boundaries and asking for support and really shifting into a spiritual community that resonates and is in more alignment, as you're putting your gifts out in the world, God is able to move through you to help you open the hearts of others, to teach them about forgiveness, and you will be the spiritual support of others who are seeking it. So I feel like it's so amazing how these messages can just unfold in layers. So please take in what resonates. I know there was a lot in this message, but this is a big week. I know we've got new moon in Sag, and I think there's an annular eclipse coming up too. I'm not sure when that is, but there's a lot energetically. Of course, we're getting ready to enter the last month of this 10-year decade that has been such a metamorphosis for so many people. And remember, your energy is expanding, and so thank you for watching. Again, please share these readings with anybody that you can think will benefit. And those of you who are showing up in this space, thank you. You are my team. We're all in this together. Know that you are a beacon of light. I commend you. I know, going through my own stuff, how hard it can be. And honestly, this is what's gotten me through. This is what's gotten me through, choosing love, and being able to really be nice and kind to myself, being able to find new ways of loving myself on deeper levels. And in that, my gifts just expand. In that, I'm able to create love and beauty in the world even more so. And I wish and pray the same for you. Beautiful. Wow. All right, friends, so let me close space by thanking all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light that assisted with this guidance for you today. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started continue for as long as it needs to be done, in mind, body, spirit, and emotions in all ways. And again, I wish you a joyful, happy, peaceful, loving week. Remember, I love you so much. God loves you. Trust in the divine. Trust your intuition, and I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.